Today, I'm going to take you through my entire morning routine, and there are 6 things that I do every single morning. And no, coffee is not included on the list. The first thing that I do is I get out of bed, go to the kitchen, and have a big glass of water. When you wake up, your body is in a state of dehydration. No water has entered your body for the past 8 to 9 hours, so you need to hydrate. Drinking 16 ounces of water in the morning fires up your metabolism, it removes toxins within your blood, it improves your skin, and it even feeds your brain, as your brain is 75% water. I then head to the bathroom and have a shower. But it's not a regular shower, it's a cold shower. I can go on and on about the benefits of cold showers, such as increased libido, reduced stress, and an improved immune system. But one of the biggest benefits, noted through scientific studies, is that your willpower actually improves. Let's look at willpower like it's a muscle. In order to get a big, strong muscle, you need to train it on a consistent basis. So doing something that you don't want to do every single morning will strengthen your willpower muscle, and over time it will grow stronger. The next thing I do is I go sit in a chair, ideally facing the sun, and I think about 3 things that I am grateful for. One of the best ways to put yourself in a great mood for the day is to show gratitude. I'm going to show you a clip of Tony Robbins talking about gratitude, and he references a billionaire investor that he mentored named John Templeton.
And when I asked Sir John Templeton, the first billionaire investor, international investor in the whole world, started with nothing, built to that. When I asked him, I said, what's the secret to wealth? I'll never forget. He looked at me and smiled and he said, Tony, it's what you teach. And I said, well, I teach a lot of things. Which thing? And he goes, gratitude.
The fascinating thing about gratitude is that you cannot be depressed and grateful at the same time. You also cannot be angry and grateful at the same time. Showing gratitude is kind of like a cheat code for immediately feeling better. People are often focused on mastering the external world through focusing on their career, money, girls, cars, but oftentimes people forget to try and maximize the internal world. And this is why we still see people who are very depressed, but who are also very rich and famous. These people have conquered the external world, but they have been completely ignoring the internal world. And you need to master both in order to live a fulfilled life. The next thing I do is I meditate for 10 minutes. I've already done a video on the benefits of meditation, which I will leave in the description of this video, but I will share with you what meditation does for me aside from the many proven health benefits. Meditating just gives me a sense of calmness and peace for the day ahead of me. I know if I encounter a challenge or a stressor within that day, I will be able to handle it in a calm way. Many people operate at levels of extreme emotions, where they are depressed and sad for a moment, then 5 minutes later, they are incredibly happy and joyful. You typically want to surround yourself with people who stay at an even baseline, as these extreme people will exhaust you mentally and emotionally, and meditating helps me stay at that even baseline. Now that I have a clear mind, the next thing that I do is create a to-do list for the day. I don't plan out every second of my day, but I write down things that I want to accomplish for the day, such as finishing writing a script for a YouTube video, or complete an hour-long workout in the gym, or simply clean the kitchen. When you write things down in the morning, you are much more likely to get them done. It also helps to stay accountable. At the end of the day, when you cross off everything that you've completed, it gives you a sense of accomplishment, which for me personally is a great feeling. Similar to how the cold showers will train your willpower muscles, creating and completing a to-do list will train your get stuff done muscles. And the get stuff done muscle is a muscle that a lot of people forget to train. And it's arguably one of the most important muscles that you can develop within your life. Speaking of muscles, the last thing that I do in the morning is workout. Getting my workout done first thing in the morning just makes me feel that much better for the upcoming day. I believe this one is more subjective though. I certainly don't think it's necessary to work out every single morning. I think working out in the middle of the day can be very beneficial as well, especially if you use it as a break. So this one I would recommend just experimenting with and see what works for you. So now I'm going to briefly talk about coffee. I'm not going to reference studies saying this and that about coffee, but I will share with you my personal opinion on it. The reason why I don't drink coffee is because it's a stimulant. I don't like the idea of having to rely on a potent stimulant every single morning in order to get energy. The reason why coffee drinkers experience headaches when they stop drinking coffee is because they're actually experiencing some withdrawals, because to some extent their bodies are addicted to that stimulant. However, I am not saying don't drink coffee. I know there are a lot of health and cognitive benefits to it. But what I would invite you to do is to do a little bit of research on it, especially when it comes to something called your adrenal glands. So in the past, when I would watch videos like this, I would tell myself, starting tomorrow, I'm going to try and do all of these things and I will not ever stop. And what actually happens is that my new routine will last about 3 or 4 days and then I slowly go back to my normal ways. If you are starting from nothing and you want to do all of these things at once, it can be a little overwhelming. I would recommend trying to pick one thing and to do that perfectly for 3 weeks to a month. If you do that, it will start to become a habit. And once it becomes a habit, you can try adding something else into the mix. And if you keep gradually adding to it, you will be a master in no time. The way you start your day will determine how successful you are for the rest of the day. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.